want to verify that all that works. Can somebody say something?
Something.
Okay. My bars are moving, so hopefully the stream guys can see it.
Your voice isn't crackling at all tonight, by the way.
Nope.
Did you draw this background, Mike?
Absolutely. I am an artiste.
Nice.
That is not me, man. You just lost your nerd card. Dude, that is on the module, B2.
I've never
Keep it the
played
Borderlands.
B2.
That is no excuse to not know that artwork, man. None.
I was trying to give you props. You don't want it?
I don't want to take illegal props, man. That is not me. Not me. Hey Jay, how's it going? So you guys can go ahead and create your character sheets. There is a new dice mechanic within FTU that allows you to roll dice and drop a dice. I don't want everybody rolling all at once, so what I'd like to do is start with do one person at a time. Let me see.
We should probably figure out who's playing what class first.
That's a good idea. If you guys want to go ahead and discuss that, I'm looking at something on the stream, so go ahead and you guys can chat.
All right.
Well, I know James told me he wanted to play a straight caster.
Yeah, that's
this
correct.
time around. Did anybody else have any preferences?
I don't have a preference. I'm just looking. I might go ranger or something. I'm not sure yet. But I think I want to be something kind of frontliney.
Anybody else have a preference?
Well, kind of depends on what the dice rolls are. What kind of stats you can get, you know?
Well, but you get to move the numbers around, right?
Yeah.
Still, if you don't have shit numbers, you know.
Great, thanks, Jay. If you, those of you that want to just roll and see what you get to get your character, you're welcome to do that. Those of you that, I know James is going for a caster, Frankie's going for a tank. I don't have a preference. You guys can do what you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for whatever we need. Whatever the empty slot is.
I've got to figure out how to create a character.
So I pasted in the command to roll the dice. If you want, what you can do is you can type /roll 4d61, and before you hit enter, just click on and drag the text to the little macro slots on the bottom, and then you can just click it and it'll roll it. And what that'll do is it'll roll the dice, 46, drop the lowest, so automatically does all the math for you. I can make your characters for you, but if you go to records and then go to characters, there's a little green plus. You click that plus button and it'll make one for you. There you go. Go ahead and give it a name. It doesn't have to be the one you want, but when people are setting things, it'll make it easier for me to know. You can change the name later just so we know who's who, because otherwise it'll just be no name character did this. I've got Sirenscape running. I did send out those of you that linked up previously. I sent invite links to the new one. I don't know if it's different. I don't know if the previous thing will work. I suspect you'll have to go like you did when I sent out the URL, that little short thing that allows you to join the campaign. I think you can just, it sent you an email, I hope, or when you log into their site, it says, "Hey, do you want to join his game? He invited you." Hopefully, it's that
Yeah, it's
simple.
got a little bitty window up when you do the link. Says it, Celestian has invited you to join their game.
Okay, cool.
But I think I have to.
There you go. I just see
Oh.
Nanik accepted.
Okay.
I didn't get any email from you.
Check the website. Or did you get an email, Brian?
No, I was in Sirenscape because I think I'm gonna have to update my player.
So did you see it in the player itself or on the website?
No, it was on the website. when
Okay.
I went to-
Good to know. I didn't know how this works. So.
But it still has me linked up. It just says player app version is old.
Yeah, there is a new version of the app which makes it to it at least doesn't stay blown up full screen if you accidentally do that. I don't know what else
Is there
they
not
add.
a way inside the app to update itself? You have to
No,
like.
no. It's
You
very
go to their site
simplistic.
and download the new one.
Yep.
Well, that's
It's okay.
crap, man.
And then
It's
it
crap.
may bitch at you and tell you it wants to shut down Fantasy Grounds because it's Unity as well. So I don't know.
And it's Sirenscape Fantasy Player. Is that the one we're using?
Thank you for the follow. Real long shot. It's the beta version, the online player, not the fantasy player. Fantasy player is different. The online player lets you stream stuff.
They don't show an online player anymore.
Yeah, I only see the 3. I don't see that one.
It's not on that list. At the top of the screen, there
There it
is
is.
a
Online beta.
yeah. You go to the online beta drop down, and then from there you download it. It's at the top somewhere.
Yep.
Hey James, if you're ready to roll dice, go ahead. Just use that command that I put there, and go ahead and roll 6 and see what you get. Like we've done before, you can remove 2 points from one and add 1 to another. You can't take it below 9, and obviously can't take anything above 18. In some cases, if you're like a dwarf, your charisma can't be above 17. That kind of stuff because of the adjustments.
All the usual rules then.
Yep. All the modules should be loaded if you guys need access to them. I think I even just let me make sure I've got the house one too. Okay, so the house rules thing is loaded too, so you guys should be able to access all the handbooks, all the DMGs. I think I added all the Frankie stuff. Let me double check. All of Frankie's books are there, which is the Deities book and the Faith and Avatars, and mostly for specialty priests. And if you just get really trash rolls, I'm not going to make you, unless you just really want to. If you get like all 8s, 9s, and 10s, I'm not going to make you do that. You can certainly do that if you choose, but if you just have really bad luck, I'm not going to make you have crappy dice. It's no fun playing that. Well, you may find it fun. I don't know. But the option's there. Stretch? I just sat down.
Quality 8.
Huh?
Said, oh yeah, quality 8.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Longshot. I don't do that often. Oh, wow.
Even better.
Yeah, if you want to do another batch, I'm absolutely okay with that. It's not completely terrible, but it's not, on the heroic scale.
I don't. I 2 dump stats is hard.
Yeah, it's up to you. I like I said, I'm not going to be too picky, on you guys. You're rolling them. You're not picking what you want, so I'm a little more generous when it comes to that.
All right. You want me to roll a whole another set from scratch?
Yeah, yes, please. I'm not going to let you
Alright,
mix and
thank
match sets. You'd roll a new set. Yeah. I kind of wish I could have a chat window for each player, so all of you guys could go ahead and roll.
Okay, I think I have Sirenscape going. I think I'm in your game now.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll just change the music, and that should start. Let's hear it.
Yep, we're
Oh.
good. Thanks, buddy.
No problem. Actually, what I should be doing is using this. Yeah, believe me, I will. I've missed our roll for initiative indicator in Frankie's game. We've been playing, and I never know when to roll. Oh, those are much better. Much better. Is that's your 6, right? I think that's a 6.
Yeah, that's it. 14, 16, 17, 13, 11, and 9 is my second set.
All right. Somebody else ready to roll their stats?
Apparently not.
No, how do we get the character thing started now?
If you go to the records button and then pull it down and go to characters, it'll bring up a character selection. On the bottom right, there will be a green plus. Click the plus. It'll make a character. You click on that, and then you can go to town on editing it. When you get through each batch, if you do multiples, just type in a line or something that we can see the difference between the two, kind of like what I did. And Frankie, are you going to keep those?
Yeah, I don't think so. Garbage
Yeah.
rolls. Really
Yeah.
bad.
So do the type in something, hit enter, and then do the rest. 6 more. There you go.
Oh, that doesn't
Hydrating.
work.
Yeah, wow, that's nice, man. 84?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could do a times 6, but can't do it.
You can do some funky dice to where it does them all at once, probably. I haven't experimented with the new dice
Yeah, I'll experiment with
math
it later.
mechanics.
Man,
That's barely above average.
I'm cursed tonight, boys. I'll give this one more go. Maybe I'll just be a basic fighter, see what happens.
Is there a particular class that you're wanting to? I mean, you like wanting to be a paladin or a ranger or something?
I was trying to shoot for a ranger. This is looking pretty promising.
Oh,
there
yeah,
we
there
go.
you go.
This is good.
Yeah, that's definitely ranger material, I think.
Yeah, I think. Nice.
Oh,
Gotta have one good dump stat. Let's go. All right, I can live that.
all right. All right. So who is going to be next for our rolls?
I can do it. It's fine. So, do I have to do anything special other than roll 4d6? Like, do I have to tell it to drop one?
You see the dice, the text they put in there. That D1 on the end of that will drop the lowest.
Sorry, I was trying to put it in. I put in a bunch of spaces. It still did it.
That was
I'm
a terrible
looking
roll.
for what you said. The text you said.
Slash
put in?
roll.
/ roll.
You can
Bro, I
put
was
that
gonna-
on a hot button, right?
Yes, you can. I was going to let James tell you, but it's slash roll space 4d6 d1.
Got it.
Yeah, there's a lot more complex sort of mechanics for dicing in this. You can do exploding dice and all kinds of. I just don't know what they are off the top of my head. Oof. Man, you guys roll crappy right off the bat. All of you have. Are you going to keep those? No, I didn't think so. That's better. Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right, we'll keep that. So I need to write those down somewhere, right? Let me write. those.
Yeah, write them down. You can
I'll write 'em
scroll
down,
up
'cause I
if you
haven't figured out what class I'm gonna play yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, Sterno, I think
Next.
there may be a way to make it do all the rolls at once. I don't know off the top of my head. Let's see, we've got Robbie and Brian both still need to go. Frankie, can you put a name on your character just to have it? It doesn't mean that's the one. You can change it later. So I know who's who on the characters. Smee. Is that Smeagol?
Oh, Smee is in Smitty. Smee!
Oh,
Captain Hook's little buddy.
Yeah.
Smeaghead.
Smee.
Oh man.
You rolled pretty good there. That's not bad.
It's not too bad. We'll go with that.
Okay. All right, Robbie. No. No. Oh.
Blah.
Yeah, you guys are at least having to have 2 rolls.
Do I need to load any other module other than the PHP?
If you're going to use kits, or you want to be a specialty priest, or you want to see spells outside of the player's handbook, you will.
Got it.
Yeah, Sterno, the dice thing was somewhere. They posted a thing with all the stuff. I think they even did a video on it, but I don't know if there actually is a doc on it. Lord. Looking better. Got a 16 at least. 50. It's not the best. What are we gonna do, man?
Yeah, I can go with that.
Okay. I think that's everybody's rolling or rolled their stats, right? Has anybody having issues loading stuff, modules or anything?
I can't edit my character sheet and put stats in or name or class or anything.
Okay, keep in mind, you played in John's game on Friday or Thursday, right? Remember that. Oh, you didn't? No. Let's see. Where are you? Where's your character sheet? You are Burner. And so you want to change your strength and all that? Use the little gear. Click the gear, brings up a menu so you can select, place your base scores. I thought maybe you got confused because of John's game where they were using the 5N. There, you just click the stat on the page and type it. They don't have like a sub page. They don't have all the percentile nonsense that we do.
Dagnabbit, I need table 22 and I can't find it.
Let's see. On your character sheet. Let me see what you're talking about. What are you...
It's the school. Wizard
You're doing,
Schools of Magic. I'm thinking about it.
Wizard.
It's the oppositions.
You're doing a
Table
player's
20.
handbook class?
Yeah. Maybe.
And oh, so you're actually trying to find it in the player's handbook manually, or is it not? The clicking the thing is not working.
Well, it doesn't show a table 22 at all in the index there.
One sec. So we're talking about the player's handbook. Wow, that's weird the way that looks. What is up with that? That's a weird thing in Unity. So it looks like the bug that is in FGC kind of translated it into FGU. So if you go to the books thing and the books button at the top and you go down to player's handbook, it'll bring up the reference manual. When it first does, it doesn't actually load all the search keywords for whatever reason. So what you have to do on the bottom left where it says expand all, click expand all and then collapse all. And then if you type something in the search like table 22, it will, and again, even this case, it's still doing some weird graphic stuff. But if you scroll down, you'll see table 22 listed. And that is weird.
Library?
No, this is the books button at the top.
Plus, now I see it.
Do the player's
Had
handbook
something
reference.
covered.
Yeah. You should be able to actually, hold on, let me see tables. Oh, it's not an actual table that you roll on. That's why it doesn't show up in the records as a table.
Yeah.
That's what you were looking for. Yeah, it's
Just
if
need to
you
see it.
yeah, if you go into the book, you can navigate to it, or you can, like I said, do the search for table 22. Let me see if it actually tells the word. Oh wow, that's better. Huh. I'll have to report that as a weird bug. Yeah, you don't even have to do the expand and close thing. You just need
There
to
it is. Yeah, I
tap
see it
table
now.
22.
Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still getting used to this stuff myself. Just as an FYI, tonight we're not going to be doing any actual play D&D tonight. We're just kind of getting everybody's characters set up. So I expect we'll be done by 9 or 10. But I wanted to give you guys full night to get all the client issues worked out, all the audio stuff worked out, and it's also on a new machine here at my house too. So I had to get everything sorted on my end too. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
On Sirenscape, could you go over what to download again, please?
All right, one sec. Let me get to the site myself so I can give you good directions. So when you log into the site, at the very top there's some buttons or some links that like say hi, whatever your login name, log out your campaign. One of those is Sirenscape Online Beta. You click that little drop down arrow, there is a player downloads, click the Windows one or whatever OS you use and download that. That'll download the Sirenscape Online player. Can you guys set portraits, or have you guys not messed with that yet?
Oh, I haven't messed with it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to. I was just, I don't see any portraits in the little window I have here for all you guys. If you are playing a wizard character, as far as the spells, you're going to be able to pick 5, and you're going to be assigned read magic and detect magic. So that means you have 7 total. So you'll be able to pick the other 5, but just make sure you have read magic, detect magic in your book.
Okay.
Clerics, if you're making a cleric, you guys, you don't have to do that. You pray for yours. You're limited based on the sphere. Especially if you play specialty priest. Doesn't mean you need to drag every single spell. Fantasy Grounds uses Lua, and so it gets, if you have a lot of data, so that means if you have every single spell from the book on your character sheet, you'll notice some latency when you're trying to click on your character sheet and do things at some point. So make sure, I would put things in there that you might, you have a high likelihood of you using. Not everything though.
So what class is everybody doing?
I'm looking at a Ranger of Maliki. I'm just trying to decide whether I want to go like pump strength up to 19, or should I go 18 strength with an 18 dex? What do you guys think?
So, how are you getting to 19?
Sylvan elves get a +2 to strength and a +1 to dex with a -1 con and a -1 charisma.
And their max is 19? It says that?
That's what it says on the
Okay.
main tab here.
Gotcha. As long as that's what it says.
Yeah, maximum 19 strength and maximum 19 dexterity. If you don't want me to be Sylvan, I totally understand.
No, it's the wild elves. We've never had anybody play one, I don't think, in recent history. So I just wasn't sure. I was wondering if you were using like half orc or something from one of your, or wanting to. But no, I'm good. Lord Gosumba is saying that max for Sylvan is 1875.
That's 20.
Ah. Quoting one, he rolls at us.
Get that shit out of here.
Is that from the Elven Elf book? Complete Book of Elves. I should know that. I converted that stupid thing.
Yep, table
Yeah,
9.
you should have it all memorized.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could. Where is it?
If you just open up the race for Sylvan Elf, look at.
No, I'm not
Sylvan
double
Elf
checking you. I just was pulling up the book. Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd pull it up so these guys in the Twitch could see it. So then, no, I'm not crazy.
Well.
Why is it listing?
Well, I am crazy.
I thought I fixed this. The stupid book is listing chapter as a chapter, and then the subchapter has got the same name. I changed that, and I guess I didn't do it on that. I don't know exactly what I did. Alright, so Sylvan Elves. Yes. I will find the section. Physical attributes.
Rob, what class you playing?
Dwarven fighter, man.
We already have somebody playing a wizard.
Yeah, I
James
am.
is. Doesn't
James
mean we
is.
can't have a second one.
That's right.
2 fireballs are better than 1.
And 3 are better than 2.
Yes, by God, we should. I think I'll do an invoker.
There you go.
Nice. Invokers are always good.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Dorito time.
Dorito?
Yeah.
Where are the maxes listed in this?
Good question. I just
'Cause I
found it.
can't-
If you pull up the actual race, it's right there in the like in the middle of it. Can I do this? Nope. Only records you own can be shared. Bollocks.
You don't own Complete Book of Elves? What?
I do own it, but this isn't my campaign.
It still should work because you're logging in as you. If it doesn't, it should. So I'm
Yeah.
looking at the reference page for the Sylvan Elves. Does it say it on that page
Yeah.
somewhere?
So it says, yeah, if you look at Sylvan Elf right there, it should be, well, it should be in the middle, I guess. It says table 9 Sylvan Elf ability scores, if that helps.
Table 9. That should do it. I was trying to find all the table. Wow. Yeah. The way they do searches after you've expanded really. Oh my goodness.
I'm
This
back.
is the same thing that's in FGC. Let's see. Table 9. It's not there.
Interesting.
Well, the search is not finding. That doesn't mean diddly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The search has always been kind of. And like right now, it's just giving me guff. Phew. I should flip. It's been difficult. What chapter is it in? Is it in the chapter on races?
I don't know, it's right in the class, or the race, I mean. If you just pull up the race, like you're going to add it to your character sheet. It's in the middle of all that.
Oh, I should just look at the records for race. Gotcha. One sec.
Yeah.
That's what I should have done to begin with. What am I doing? Oh, there it is. Max, yeah. Right there, bud. I don't know why I was trying to flip through the stupid book. I should have just went to the race record. Search issues. Yes, Boffrin. Major search issues. I don't know what's going on with that. I have them in FGC too. The only way I can get FGC to search properly is to expand everything and then collapse it all, and then the searches work. I think the reason they work in 5e is because they don't use chapters in 5e. They only use subchapters. But in the 2e stuff, there's tons of chapters. Yes, I agree, Jay. That is would not have been my preference. I think the one you quoted would have been a better option. But we'll let it fly for now.
So how do you handle the specialization for the fighter? Like,
So what you'll do is, like your weapon proficiencies, you've got one added for longsword. Is that the one you want to specialize in?
it is.
So what I would do is I would just edit the name and say specialize : longsword, and then click the little gear and set, the +1/+2 in that, and then apply it to whatever, obviously your longsword weapon, which you may not have in your inventory yet. You guys are going to need to roll for your money that you have. That's what you will start with. Yeah, that's what you'll start with. If you pick a kit, some of the kits suggest that, so you may need to choose your kit if you're going to do so before you do your select your equipment and all that other jazz. I absolutely don't have a problem with having 19 decks. That's, been around since day one. I'm just very surprised that 19 is a strength. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, you're rolling percentile. Gotcha. Here goes. 01, 01, 01. 38. Not bad.
Immediately regretting letting the chat decide.
Too bad. No.
Here we go. The dex bonus is warranted, so it's fine. But man, what would 19 have been? I forget what the damage is for that.
It's fucking ridiculous. Especially dual wielding.
Yeah, that's what I was shooting for. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'd have to look to be sure I haven't.
+7. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
So I lose 4 points of damage. It's not horrible. I gain 1 AC though.
Do we have to manually calculate what we spend, Mike?
On money, yes. It doesn't automatically do that for you, no.
First world problems trying to decide on 19 strength or 18 strength and 18 dex.
So being specialized costs 2 proficiencies?
Yep. It's 3 if you want to do a missile weapon. Longbow. Short bow, that kind of stuff.
Is there double specialization in this, or that was first edition, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was first edition. At a later stage, probably around 5, we will consider adding in the combat and tactics specialization, which gives you the option to do that, but it won't be at first level.
Gotcha.
Especially with what we're going to be running now, it would really kind of, it wasn't written with those sort of mechanics in mind. +3, +7, man. That's insta kill everything till like 3rd level, probably. At least 2nd. Unless I throw an ogre at you at 1st level, which could be done.
Racial enemy ogre incoming.
Yeah,
I was probably gonna take orcs. Just be the stereotypical orc hating elven ranger.
dwarven fighter, huh?
Heck yeah.
Man, I was hoping they'd change the portrait option some to where it would work like the actual when you go to the tokens. Frankie knows what I'm talking about. When you go to the assets list, it's much more convenient to find a portrait. I mean, like this is you can't see it, but the stream can see it. It's so much easier to go through the assets to select one than because the names. It's got search fields. Like if I wanted to search for a thing, I could find it. But what I'll do is I'm going to set some. You guys can certainly change them later, but I just want them so I can see differences easily. Smee is an invoker, and he's half elf. He is a Sylvan.
Ooh, a whopping 20 gold to spend.
There you go, man. You're a wizard though. You don't need much.
Yeah.
You need some underwear and a robe.
Yeah, yep. Who needs underwear?
Yeah, that's true. Let it air out. Human on burner. Absurd.
I'm feeling kind of helpless getting spells set up in this thing.
So what's the problem? Are you trying to? You can't bring up
Build
the
my
list.
spellbook. Trying to build
Okay.
my spellbook.
Okay.
Get a
So
list and where to drop them.
okay. So first thing you need to do on the right side, go to the Actions tab, and then from that page there's a Weapon and Powers. Go to the Powers tab.
I'm on it.
Okay. Now what you do is go to the button menu at the top left, click Records. Go down to Spells, click Spells.
Button menu on the top left.
Yep, the big green thing which says Menus, Records, and Books.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Now click Records, go down to Spells, click the Spells, and it'll bring up all the spell records. And what you can do is set the type to Arcane because you're a wizard, and then set the level to 1, and then that way it's only listing the ones for your level. You might want to double check that you have more than the Player's Handbook loaded. For example, the Complete Wizard's Handbook or the Tome of Magic, those have spells in them too. Load all the, make sure you've got those loaded, and then when you list them, it'll list all of those in the spell list, and then you can just go through there and pick the ones you want. I'll go ahead and do Read Magic and Detect Magic for you.
All right. Looks like I got all of those.
Good.
Thank you.
No problem. Pick 5 of any kind. Unless you're a specialty priest or a specialty wizard, then you are gonna you can pick 2, 3. This is mostly for Brian's character. You can pick 3 that aren't evocation, but of the 5, 2 of them have to be invocation spells at least. In fact, I will give you an additional. I'll let you pick 6 because you're specialist, but that means 3 of them need to be. Well, there you go.
Gotcha. And you said we get Read Magic.
Detect Magic.
Thank you.
I should make identify a baseline spell too. Yeah, Jay, he's probably going to take one of the 2 weapon styles so that he can negate that offhand penalty. Any word on the Encyclopedia Magica? I'm not doing it. That is well outside of my sanity level. I could not convert those. That is a lot to do. But there was somebody that was working on one of the encyclopedias. He just, for like a month he was talking to me, asking questions and stuff, and then he just kind of vanished. I think maybe he fell into the black hole that is those giant monstrous books.
That's pretty likely.
That book, all those books. I mean, they're awesome, but that's just too much data to manually convert
It's
for
like
one person.
It's like a 1000, like a D1000 table or something in there.
Holy smokes.
It's freaking madness.
And there's 4 of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
4
but
books.
The last book has the index of everything. That alone would take you a couple months to crank out.
Yeah, it's an insane amount of data entry. If it was 5e, I think somebody probably, they probably could get enough people together to chop up that book and do it. But there's not as many of us AD&D guys around. I tell you what, after doing Night Below, I am probably done doing big conversions because it really sapped it. I mean, I spent half this year working on that thing, and part of that I took a week off from work just because I needed some time off from my day job. And I did nothing but work on it thinking I was going to finish it, and I didn't. It's, some of these things are really massive. But on the upside, Not Below, I submitted it this week, so maybe it'll show up by end of November, December. Yes, that looks right. And you put that in your abilities, Frankie? Yep,
yeah,
you got it.
The advanced effects.
Yeah, it looks right. I've got a test NPC that's in the combat tracker that I was going to have you guys, kind of make sure all your things, your abilities and the actions were working.
Oh, they made it so
you'll
we
be able
can...
to do it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. They made it so
you're
we
fine.
can get our own portraits again.
You can select your own?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Something else
been
that they
locked
did?
out forever.
Okay. Something else that they did that I haven't experienced because I'm not I haven't messed with it, but in FGU, supposedly, if you start the client up locally, when you bring up the character records, you should be able to click the import character button, and it lists the ones that you have, and in fact it does. I'm looking at it right here. It'll list all the ones in your cache. Like I can see the one from Frankie's game on mine. So once you guys make this, if you want to look at you won't be able to edit it, and if you do, it won't. I don't think it'll reflect it. It won't work. If you do edit it, you'll have to import it into the game that you want to use it in. That's so that if you have a character in one game and you want to take it to another, you can. Basically, just don't clear your cache because it'll lose that. My understanding.
Do we honestly have to take reading and writing as a proficiency?
Yes, yeah, you can speak common or whatever your native language is. Half elf, you can pick elf or common. But anything outside of that, if you want to speak it, you're going to need to take a proficiency. If you want to read and write it, you need to take the read and write of that proficiency or that language.
So you're saying we do know how to read and write our...
No, you know how to speak it.
Man, that's bogus.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is super intelligent spellcaster.
Yeah, and what is let me find your character, Smee. You have +5 languages, which means you have 9 non-web proficiencies, which I've set for you. So you've got enough to do that. I mean, you are super smart. You could just say, oh well, I didn't spend any time learning how to read and write Common or Elvish, if you so choose. But the option is there. The intelligence is definitely reflected in your non-web proficiencies. And I forgot to set a thing for Finial. Is Finial there?
I'm here.
Okay. Are you looking at classes and stuff?
Nope, waiting for everybody to... I mean, is this everybody? Or is there somebody that's not here tonight?
Jolliman and his buddy Jason won't be here. They're all vacationing this weekend, or they were doing something to where they weren't going to be here. So don't know what they're going to do. I wouldn't, wait for them to decide what class you're going to be, though.
I'll probably be a healer at this point.
Do you want to be a specialty priest?
If I am, it'll be like the kind that does better at turning undead.
Well, there is certainly the
Teleport.
oh gosh, name slips me. You played it in our Pool of Radiance version. What was that? What was it? Do you remember, Charles?
Nope.
Kellenborg turns triple the amount of skeletons and zombies.
Yeah, he was playing, and I don't know why it slipped. I was thinking he was going to be Pelor for the additional the median, at least median healing for
Actually,
healing.
yep, I'll do that. You're right. I did play that undead specialty one. I'll be the healer focused one this time.
Okay. I think. Let me see what that is. Records, classes. Where is it? It's gotta be in there. What's the name? Marcus Palor in the books?
No, he's not a forgotten god.
Oh my.
He was in the Greyhawk stuff.
Yeah, we did that on the fly, didn't we? What is? There is definitely a deity. What is the the major deity in Forgotten Realms that hates undead? What's his name?
There's Kellenborg, and then if you want to go really old school, there's Jurgle.
No, there's another one.
That hates undead. You could go Lathander.
It gets Lathander. That's the one. That's what he played in our Pool of Radiance. Yeah, Charles. I don't know if there actually is a specialty priest for that in the books that we have.
I'm just gonna do the healing one, man. I like that idea of having median heals.
Right,
rolling
but
the old cure for one.
what I'm saying is there's no pre-built class for that. I would have to do it, and I'm not gonna do it right this instant.
No, I can just be a normal cleric. That's fine.
But what you can do is you can go ahead and do the normal cleric, and what I'll do is I'll make the changes later if I can get the Palor version specialty priest. I'll just make like a custom module and add it just so we have it. Maybe I'll put it in the house rules one. I'll put it in the house rules one. That way we can just have it. But I won't do it right this instant. But I mean, the biggest thing that they get is they get median heal. So when you look at when it says like a D8, you need to figure out how to get the minimum of like 4 plus.
Understand.
Like it would be like a D4 plus 3, 4. No, I don't know. You do the math. I'd have to write it down to figure it out.
Yep, I got that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I thought we had Palor in one of the books. I was looking forward to not having to do that. But yeah, you're right. That is a Greyhawk guy. That sucks. I'll have to set that up. If they would let us do Greyhawk setting, I would absolutely go through and because that's in the Faith and Avatar. No, from the Ashes.
Yeah,
Palor
from the Ashes
special
is where it was.
priest. Yeah. I would definitely, that would take a long time. That's another giant one. That's like almost 300 pages. It's like a 250 page one. Nicillus feral feathers. Nicillus. I can remember that. At least it isn't what you had before that. I never could remember your name.
Which one? The last character I had?
I don't remember. No. Okay. Got your skills, man. You are on the ball. It's like you know how to do this.
Yeah, I make a lot of characters.
You don't have gender, age, and height and weight and size and alignment and deity?
It's the last tab, man. Still getting there.
Oh, okay.
working on skills right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you definitely got that nailed, man. And don't forget, the number of additional languages you get is counted towards your non-weapon proficiencies. So, like in the case of Robbo, I'm going to set yours, Rob. You have 5 non-weapons. So you can use those for languages if you so choose. You don't have to, but you can. Just keep in mind that the used box, you need to just type in that value, which you've already done.
Right. So we get our native language for free, right?
Right. Yep. So if you're a human, you get common. You're dwarf, you get dwarvish, etc. So if you want to be able to speak to your other party members or speak to people outside of Dwarvish society, common.
Why is there 2 modern languages entries in the general? In the book,
Probably because there is one for a specific, like one for wizards, and then one for priests, or one for fighters and one for priests, or you've got a handbook loaded that included it.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
something like that. Like there is a hide and shadows for rangers and the hide and shadows for thieves, and depending on how you sort your stuff, it may list both. I think I'm going to change our music a little bit. It's getting a little soft here. No druids? I'm surprised. Nobody ever plays druids.
No. I'll never play a ranger ever again.
Well, we'll see if Frankie makes it. Usually, Brian is he tried. I think he tried like twice or 3 times to play ranger.
I think it was 3. I know for sure 2.
Yeah. So every time that Brian played a ranger, he always failed his poison save every time. Like before he even hit 3rd level.
Yes. So it was 3 because 2 of them was poison, and the 3rd one was captured by some bad guys, netted, doused in oil, and burned.
Oh, okay. That was the one that.
And that was the
Joel
one
was giving me a heartache about. Yeah. I during that game, I remember because Joel had got netted as well, or something was going on with Joel, and he was captured. But I saw somebody getting drug off, and I looked at Joel, and he was still conscious. He still had a weapon. He was in a net, and I was like, "You're fine. I'm gonna go help the guy that's getting drug off unconscious." And it may have been you. I don't remember. And then later on, Joel just gave me shit about that because that was whenever he got oil dumped on him and lit up too.
Yeah.
So one thing that you guys should know, and Smee has done this, if you want to pick more than one language, and especially reading and writing as well, be sure to include the language that it's for. You don't get reading and writing for every language that you know. It's reading and writing for that language. So you'll want to include the name like reading and writing common, reading and writing Elvish, and even with your languages, if you're speaking something other than, don't just take language modern and just leave it there. You need to have language modern, common, language modern, Elvish, that sort of thing.
Did somebody pick my guy for me? My picture?
I did, just so I could have you guys have. Well, you can change it.
Oh no, that's cool.
If you mouse over the portrait, you can double click it and it'll let you go through all the portraits and pick one. I was using the Baldur's Gate ones. You can also set tokens. Or can you guys? Can you guys set the tokens?
We cannot.
Okay, so I can do that.
I dropped a token in Discord for you.
Yeah, don't make me do that, man. Don't make me do that. I'm not that on the ball. Not that on the ball. So you are playing a ranger and an elf. Let's see if the search mechanic on this works. Yeah, here is the one that everybody uses. You like that one?
Yeah, it's fine.
There's another one. There's this one. Oops.
Dude,
That one?
why did you give me that goofy looking elf?
Because I don't know.
No,
You pick one.
I'm going to because you did that on purpose.
He's not an elf. He's a half elf.
Yeah, right. He is. He was dropped on his head
He may have been.
and ran over by a wagon.
He could have been. Do you like the other one better, Frankie, or that one?
That one's fine. It doesn't matter.
Let's see. There may be an actual Sylvan. Nope. Elf. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, the search takes a little bit to run whenever you got a million tokens.
So, real quick, the Rangers of Maliki get like 3 languages as bonus proficiencies, but I'm not that smart. Do you want me to just drop that down to my max language?
If it says that they get 3 because of the class, then you get 3. Add the non-weapon proficiencies, manually, but just make sure all 3 of them are languages.
Alright, yeah, they're in there. It adds them automatically with the class, because that guy programmed it in to do that.
Yeah, then you're good.
Wow.
What?
I had to roll 2d100 to get variable for my maximum age, and I got 10. That means I will only live to be 260.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
I'll just have to die a horrible death before then.
You probably will anyway, so yeah. Thank you for the follow. Island Funster. Man, I must not have all my tokens here because I'm not seeing my regular ones. Let's see what I did. I like this song. Where did I put those?
dwarves considered small?
I think
still
they're
medium?
medium.
Usually
I think they're medium. It's the halflings and gnomes that are small.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. Either the search is kind of jacked, or my. I don't have the actual all the tokens that I normally have. Yeah, because I don't see some of this stuff. Uh-oh. Somebody did something. Skagath following. Thank you very much. Skagath hosted. Thank you very much. I am trying to find where you add. Used to be. This is it. Oh, look at that. Somebody cheered for us. Thank you, Skagath. Again. Where is that dwarf token? I was trying to find the one. There's some really nice ones. I don't know where. I can't find it in the new setup. Next game I'll have it sorted out. I must not have them in the right location. I thought I did, but I will sort that out for our next game. So if you want something other than, because I would prefer the token be round, I know, so that they all kind of match. All the NPCs are going to be round as well. Is anybody having problems with skills? Doing good? Inventory, items, doing good?
I'm doing
Please
good.
tell me. Go ahead, Rob.
So I'm picking a deity here. This non-human deity book, is that acceptable?
Absolutely. I mean, as far as that goes, unless you're a specialty priest, it won't have any impact other than RP wise. So, yes, you can. If you want to follow on, somebody that's a human one too. I'm not going to stop you, but yes, that will work. If you. That said, it is set in. As far as that goes, the game itself will be set in Greyhawk. So if you remember the deities from there, and keep in mind I also use the standard deities and demigods from 1E as far as who are there. So all the Greek, the Egyptian, and that sort of thing are there as well. No, I don't have specialty priests for all those guys, so if you ask me to do that, I will shoot you.
Forgotten Realms, then, is there a specific deity or deities for the dwarves?
I think they're the same as what was used in Greyhawk. If not, I mean, non-human deities are kind of a special thing anyways. They're not, I mean, they're not like, they're specific to that race. So in this case, if they are specific to Forgotten Realms, I'm not gonna make them specific. So like Solar Thalandria, or is an elvish deity, and I would use that in Greyhawk, and I think it actually is. They mention it, or may. It's been so long since I've looked at those, but somebody correct me in chat if I'm wrong.
Well, Klinged and Silverbeard is the, he's the guy.
Yeah.
The dwarven fighters.
Yeah, and we've done that before. Moradin, all those. So yeah. Non-human deities are a little more flexible, and I think those are actually in one of the early 1E books anyway, so certain they were in Greyhawk at some point, are considered usable. Now if you want to use something like Lathander, those kind would be questionable because they're not really in Greyhawk. I'd have to come up with a deity that's close to that if you wanted to be a specialty priest of them. Yeah, so Lil Grosumba is saying that was right. Yeah, the demi-human deities are good.
I was thinking that sounded right, but it's been so long.
Don't forget, whenever you're buying equipment, there are also when you do the items list. Where does it list them? Man, my brain is. Yeah, if you click
there
the
were
gear.
like packs in there. Yeah, there were.
Yeah,
I
the
did a
gear
Dungeoneer
one has packs. So, if you want to get the Mage Starter Pack, it lists the cost. You can click on it to see what's in it. It tells you the weight of the entire thing before you do it. But once you drag and drop it in your inventory, it'll expand to all of those items.
Yeah,
Where's
and
that one at?
I don't have enough money to buy that.
And that is.
The Mage Starter Bundle. I only got 20 on my
That sucks.
starting
That's
goal.
all I got.
20 gold. You know, some of the kits do give you extra money if you want to add a kit to that. The Wizard's Handbook is absolutely in play if you would like to try it
I
out.
have to take the Nobleman kit
Get some more money.
background or whatever.
Yeah, and you don't
1
have to.
million gold.
You don't have to. I mean, you guys are going to be the whole premise of you guys getting together is going to be, you grew up wanting to be, get out into the wild and be like, I'm trying to think of somebody that would be relevant to us, but you want to get out there and you want to adventure, or either that or you were so broke you joined some kind of militia, local military, and at that point you decided you were going to leave them and go out and make money on your own, and you guys are all going to be arriving at a keep that's on the Borderlands. It is they are hiring left and right tons of people that are willing to go out and work for them, and so that's kind of the setting that we're going to be in. So you can be broke, it's not going to hurt you. I mean, the whole idea behind your starting area is going to be that you guys don't have a lot of money and you're trying to make some by getting work.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, Mike.
Where did you say the packs were listed? The adventure packs?
When you go to records and click on items, at the top there's 3 sort of shortcuts. One of them is gear.
Gotcha.
That one is the one list packs. What was that, Rob?
I say I use the Dungeoneer pack for mine, and I noticed like it was the oil lamps, the dry rations, and the water skins. They only listed 1 on the quantity, but they put the weights right for how much each, that many that it said, because it should have been like 3 flasks of oil, and only listed 1, but they weigh 1 apiece, and it put the weight as 3.
I'm looking at your character sheet. I see
So
3.
I adjusted it.
Oh, okay.
When I
Okay.
initially
I'll check it when we're done. I'll add a note to.
So something in there, like I said, it displayed the weights right, but it didn't put the quantities right. But it.
Yeah, I may have just incorrectly put the amount on those. I'll have to go back and look at them.
And when I changed the number to make it correct, the weight didn't change; it stayed the same. So that was good. I didn't.
We're going to have a
encumber
spell book,
myself.
Mike?
You need one. Yes, you absolutely have to have a spell book if you're a wizard.
Because that's 120 gold pieces.
I don't think so. I thought it was.
Was in the item list.
Let me look. Yeah, it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get one, so just drag and drop it in there.
Okay.
Same for, you have to have one. There's no way.
Exactly.
I think you get one anyways as a starter. And I may have actually made a pack for that. Let me look. Huh. No, I put a traveling book in that. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I would probably give a priest a starting holy symbol too, because you can't really be one without it. And those are like 25 gold, I think. Wow, I didn't realize the spell books were that expensive. I haven't looked at them in so long. By the time you're buying one, you generally the money is not an issue. So.
You stole one from your teacher for you. That's cool.
Exactly.
Snuck
All right,
it
Wilson,
out.
how do I figure out my starting money?
It should be on your class. The record detail.
It'll list a link down there, I think. Charles, if you go to the class description stuff.
Initial character funds at the bottom. Yep. So for you're a priest, so 3d6 times 10. And as a priest, you need to use all your money to purchase equipment and goods. Once purchases are made, the priest character must return all but 2 or 3 of his remaining gold pieces to the superiors.
Buy the best equipment possible.
Or as much. For the rest of you guys, they can't hear me, but we're going to be running Keep on the Borderlands B2, the basic adventure written way back in the day. Whenever we played earlier in our high school days and before that, we always used it as like our starter thing. So some of these guys are pretty well versed in the thing, but like Frankie has never played it. I don't think James, the guy playing Burner, he hasn't played it either, so it'll be fun to see how it goes. I don't know, tonight is kind of a little different than my normal games we normally are playing, so it may be kind of boring just sitting here waiting for them to roll characters, but this is our first night. After this, we'll be playing every Saturday, same as we did when we did Temple of Elemental Evil, although this won't take 2 years. I hope not, anyways. I'm thinking what I'll do moving forward is we'll kind of rotate between low level and high level. So what we'll do is we'll take the characters that they had in Temple of Elemental Evil. After we've done B2, after they kind of got finished with that, we'll kind of put that on pause and then go to those characters, those higher level ones, and run through Lost Caves of Sajkanth or Soskanth or whatever it's called, just to kind of change it up. Maybe take a week or two off in between each kind of adventure that we go through. Running for 2 years straight, kind of it was a heavy thing. That's kind of why I took a month and a half off. But it'll be nice to kind of just have a short little goal, 5 or 6 games, 5 or 6 weeks. Take a week or two off, switch to the next one, kind of keep doing that. That's what I'm planning to do anyways.
So, Mike, is a kit something you can add later on, or you have to pick it out?
I'm fairly certain that all of them are, you're supposed to pick it at level 1. Now, if you don't pick it now because you don't want to. I mean, we got time to sit here and just, if you want to go through the kits and pick one, and find something that fits, or if you just want to flip at the book and look at it locally at home, and then before we start next game, if you want to do the kit, you can. But once you start playing, you're supposed to have the kit already assigned.
It's no big deal. I was just curious because I was wondering.
Something else you may want to look at is styles. I think that's in Fighter's Handbook. Let's see. I know they were in Combat and Tactics. Crickets. Style specializations is what I want. fighting styles. There they are. So you may want to look at the style specializations in the Fighter's Handbook. Those are absolutely useful. Like if you're using a shield, I don't know if you are using 2 weapons at once.
I'm using a sword and a shield.
Okay, so you could take like shield specialization, I think, and I don't remember exactly what the fighter's version of that is. In my head, I remember the combat and tactics version, so you'll need to look and read. But in general, at least in the way I recall it, from the combat and tactics version, if you take style specialization with shield, and you spend the proficiencies, you could get an additional armor class from your shield. Or if, say, you want to take the 2 weapon fighting style, it will help reduce the offhand penalties, that kind of stuff. There's some other ones. I can't recall offhand, like a 2-hander version, to where you can do some things with special things with 2-handers. And fighters get all the baseline styles. So, like, the 2-hander, the 2-weapon, they don't get the specialization for free, but it means you only have to spend 1 proficiency to get it to specialization, whereas everybody else, like a thief gets some of those styles, but they don't get, like, say, shield. They get like the 2-weapon thing, or they could, they could specialize in it, but they get the style baseline. So,
and that's in the Fighter's Handbook.
Yeah. Just do a search, go to the books button and go to the Fighter's Handbook, and then just do a search for style, and then one of the options that'll come, there's the styles and then style specializations, and just kind of read through those. I think I gave you a link to see the PDFs as well if you want to do that later and not tonight, but that's what you could do if you want to.
So Wilson, did you say I get the holy symbol for free or no?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be kind of silly to be a priest without holy symbol at level 1. So Smee, well, never mind. You're fine.
What?
You're good.
You need me to change something?
No, it was just me being a little anal, and I shouldn't be. You got all the languages in your skills, and you added them like you should in the languages section on the bottom, so that whenever you speak that language, you actually decide. The thing is there's no ancient Elvish thing, so it won't work, but it's fine having it there too. You're good.
I put that down there just for note purposes.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, it shouldn't be. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You just won't be able to select this drop down in the chat thingy.
That's fine. I doubt
So it's
it'll do
just
that much.
1 proficiency for the style specialization?
Yep, because fighter gets all of them at base level. Now, if it says if it costs 2, then it costs 2. But specialization itself requires an additional proficiency. But for you, since that's, like I said, you get all the baseline styles just right off the box because you're a fighter. And as far as keeping track of that, what I would do is the same thing you did for a weapon proficiency. Just add in and just call it style shield specialization. Now, you won't add that to a weapon, but what you'll need you add it there just so for reference. And as far as activating that, we'll have to do some effects and stuff to manage it. But
I see a little button here that like I could grab it, but it won't let me drag it and drop it.
what are you talking about, drag and drop? What
like
do you mean?
Dragging the ability or dragging something over to the weapon proficiency area?
Dragging.
I dragged hand axe and longsword over earlier, and even club. I just removed that one, but I dropped it in there and it added it as a weapon for proficiency.
Oh, you mean in your yes. But what I'm saying is you can actually just right click on that section, and there's a create item button. Sorry, I understand what you're getting at now. since there is so many proficiencies that you can have, I didn't create specific records for them. And I mean, like proficiency with longsword, specialization longsword, and then the 9 million other blades and 9 million other pole arms, and it just would, I'm not going to do that. That's why I pretty much I just let you drag and drop or manually create. What does weapon and shield style specialization get you?
I get an extra attack per round, but only when using the shield on the shield hand. I can use it only for the shield punch and parry maneuvers that are listed.
Okay.
Attacking with 2 weapon rules apply.
So -2, -4. Gotcha. So what you can do is create an attack in your actions called shield punch. And it works the same as it does in the skill. You right click on the window and there's a create item button if you want to add that to your actions.
So if I use the shield to hit somebody, then I lose the AC bonus from it for the rest of the round. So that makes sense.
Yep. But I think there's a way to get around that even later. If you, I can't remember the exact combination, but there's a way to negate that. It takes another, proficiency slot and some other things to get it to it. But yeah.
Yeah, and if I devote a second proficiency slot to it, the penalties from before drop to 2 with the shield, and 0 with the weapon. If I was ambidextrous, that would be 0 and 0.
Yep. But I think there's a way to where you can keep the shield's AC bonus and punch with it. But that may be a combat tactics thing. I would have to go look it up. I just remember having this conversation with somebody. Related to Sterno and him losing his data. Yeah, everybody, you need to back up everything, not
All right,
just
Wilson, I need
D&D stuff.
I need help with the skills. I got the spells done. I got the inventory done.
And you need help with what?
The skills.
Skills, okay. So you're a cleric. You get to pick them from the priest and general sections. Click the records button and go to skills. And then at the top, you can set the group to general or priest. Look through those and see which ones you want. If they don't have a number in them, they only cost 1. If they have a number in them, that's the cost.
And it says I have 2 weapon skills.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
And so, am I automatically proficient in certain weapons, or do I start with no weapon proficiency?
Generally, clerics are restricted from slashing and piercing, so you'd have to have clubs, bludgeoning weapons in general. But as to the specific ones, no. If we're going to do Pelor, he uses. I'm pretty sure his limitation was a bludgeoning weapon. Is that right, Rob?
Yes.
Yeah, I was planning on just using a mace. That's what I bought.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can pick 2 weapons and be proficient with them. So mace, you said you want to do a mace, then you can add another one. You can, if you want a ranged weapon, they can use slings, that sort of stuff.
Would that be that's under skills too, or that's under something else?
That's under skills proficiencies. What you'll want to do is just right click on the weapon proficiencies section and hit create item and then type in whatever it is. You can also, like Rob was saying, you can drag and drop the mace on that window, drag and drop the sling, and then it creates just the basic version, and then you can apply that to whatever weapon it's associated with. The log. Warheart. Is Smee going to be Smee forever?
No, I haven't decided yet.
I like Smee.
Well, then we'll leave it Smee. But that portrait's changing.
I'll find a token. I'll let you pick your portrait. If I can find a token with my list of stuff. Man, I really don't like this. I don't know where I put all my stuff. Oh, I see what it is. Doesn't look like it's loading the 5e tokens that I have as well. I'll have to see if I can get around that.
I guess my falcon hates ettercaps and spiders.
That's good.
Not sure what happened there, but bird doesn't like them. So
Well, my daughter hates spiders, so there you go.
All right, and you said that taking common would be a non-weapon proficiency, right?
Yes. It would be language modern, and just
Yep.
add a tag to it of the languages for.
Yeah, I just changed modern to common.
Okay.
I don't have it. I mean, I could look it up, but do you have the info on falcons, Mike? How much damage they do?
Let me look. Bird falcon. Looks like they do 1 damage. Bite, claw, claw.
There we go, 1 damage.
Hit dice is 1 - 1. Hit points is d8 -1. Fly 36.
Is that an A rating on the fly?
B. Not much other than that. They don't have. There's not like specific details for the falcon.
Yeah, this one gets a +2 to hit, but it gets a +4 to hit against spiders and ettercaps.
It may be a good idea to add those to your actions so that I don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I'll rarely put it in because I get pretty beat up if it dies. But they got other cool stuff. It can fetch stuff for me, and it can just be a nuisance.
Good scout. Good scout.
Very good scout, yeah. Especially at 15th level. Assuming we ever get there, but at 15th level I can see through its eyes.
Oh, Beastmaster style.
Yeah.
So I have to take reading and writing as a skill. Do I have to take 1 for each language? Like
Yep.
if I want to read and write in common and rewrite in dwarven, that's
Yes.
2 proficiencies.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You allowing wild magic stuff, Mike?
Do you want to be a wild mage? Is that what you're going after, man?
No. I'm just. This one spell's kind of cool, but it's considered wild magic.
Wild magic is specific to a wild mage,
But it's an invocation.
but you got to be a wild mage to use it.
I can be as wild as you want him to be.
You could be a wild elf wild mage.
No.
But you'd need to change your class. Yeah, wild mage is a specific class. So.
Yeah, we never did that stuff.
So it won't let
James
me
played
add.
one. Go
It
ahead,
won't
sorry.
let me add reading writing twice. It'll only let me
You
add
need
it
to change the
once.
name.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, it won't let you do the same name. Same thing with like if you have 2 long swords and you add both of them to your inventory, only one of them is going to show up in your actions tab.
Where can I find the list of languages to drag and drop them?
There's not a list of languages.
Should I just write them in?
Right. Maybe there probably should be a list somewhere. But it's kind of I kind of consider it the way proficiencies are. There's so many freaking languages. I didn't create a skill for each one. There's languages modern, and then if you want to pick like languages modern common, you drag and drop, tag it with common, and then do the same thing for Elvish, Dwarvish, and that sort of thing.
Got it.
So what I've done on their map that they're going to be going through for the caves is I made a high-res version, if this works. That link doesn't work. Oh, it's loading. It's so that I can have a really high-res map and zoom in. Like right now it's got the line of sight and shadow, so it's kind of dark, but I can zoom in pretty close and it doesn't pixelate. This is not the map is the same as the one that's in the module that you get from the store, but this resolution is like way higher so that I can do this zoom in and you can actually see the cot. It's not just a blurry rectangle. And the reason that is it requires FGC compatibility.
Like the shield punch
One
says it
second.
does 13 damage, but it's 1 to 3 damage.
Where are you seeing 13 damage?
In the listing of it when you read the about the shield punch. So it's like it's supposed to be 1-3. I just looked at the actual PDF.
So in the fighter's handbook, the text is showing as
Right, the text for shield punch when you read there, it says a shield punch does 13 damage plus your strength bonus. I was like, holy shit, but that's not right. It's supposed to be 1 to 3. Otherwise, why would I hit anything else but with my shield?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the dash was removed whenever I okay. Let me write another note. I'll get that.
How do I put in a 1d3 dice roll for my damage on this modifier?
You will right click on the 6-sided and there will come up a special window radial. Click on the D6 for custom dice, and one of those is D3. That's also where you do D2 and D0s. So
Nice.
what I was saying is that this version of the map is the exact same, except I just got a much higher resolution one because I'm running FGU. The reason the one in the module is lower res is because they're doing backwards compatibility with FGC. So if you try to load this in FGU, it would blow up.
Tell me if it seems okay. I think I'm done with everything.
We definitely need to change your portrait because that is not you.
I didn't set that, but I'll set it to
I
someone
did.
else.
Yeah. Certainly go for it. Change it to whatever you want. If you have any money, be sure to add it back. You're allowed to have a couple of gold, Finial. So if you have any left,
I spent it all.
Okay. Yep. Other than memorizing a spell, actually, you get more than that. We need to sort that out while I'm thinking about it. Your wisdom gives you 2 additional firsts and 2 additional seconds. So you can't cast second level spells yet. So you have 3 first level spells. So what you can do is the ones that you have listed there, you can set the memorization on those. And do you remember how to do that? You've done that before, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not a big deal, but that's the only thing I saw missing.
Is there a way to copy text out of the reference guide here, just so I can put it in my notes? I'll have a little note.
Yes, there is. There is a way. Now, you want to copy the fighter handbook, the shield punch details?
Yeah, shield punch and shield rush.
All right. So what I'm going to do? Let me look at your character sheet. You have weapon and shield style as a record. So if you go to your skills tab and then click the little black dot on the far right of it, so it brings up that window where it lists the hit and damage and it has click to enter text. Don't do anything, just bring up that window.
I'm sorry, what, like the little gear?
No, the thing to the right of that. It should have popped up a window.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so now that you've got that and you have your reference window open, you've selected, we'll start with shield punch. So you've got on the right side of your screen, you've got the shield punch thing listed in the reference. You notice at the top where it's got the name shield punch, to the left of that is another black dot.
Right.
So hold the control button, and I know this is getting a little technical. Hold the control button, grab a hold of that black dot, and drag and drop it into that shaded gray area at the top, not within where it says weapon shield style specialization, just where it's gray outside of that. Don't drop it in the text piece, drop it in the header piece. There you go.
Gotcha. Okay, I can do the other one the same way.
You do the other one, it'll append it to the bottom of that. Yeah, and if you guys didn't know that is really I find that really useful.
There we go.
I don't know of any other rule set that'll do that, but it's very convenient.
Yeah, because that shield punch attack I set up is for both of these. It's just there's some different rules for the shield rush.
Wilson, are we doing the heal transformer thing?
No.
Okay. So I have to memorize the actual heals then.
Yep.
Okay.
Where do we change our dice color at again?
Go to the menus button at the top left, go to colors, and then you can set it to whatever you want.
There it is. Cool.
Damn it. Bird can't track.
That's what you're for, man.
Yeah.
and getting back to backup, absolutely get a backup of everything because you don't want to lose anything. It sucks. He lost all of his campaign data, all the things he'd worked on. It's terrible. I use offsite backup, so even if my house burns down, it's backed up somewhere. I also have local backups as well because it is just faster if I need it local. I also can do backups for like Monday through Friday, and then it only backs up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what changed, and then on Sunday it does a full backup. Everybody needs to back up. So is Smee done?
No, sorry, I'm slow.
No, you're good. I'm just checking, make sure everybody's doing okay. If you have any issues, is
Looking on where to put my hit points.
they should have been automatically done for you. So, looking at your character sheet, it shows you have
Max of 2.
How did that happen? You're supposed to get max at first level. What Let me look at your log. One sec. Why does it say recalculating from multi-class?
When I started, I had more than one class and deleted one.
That's why. Oh man.
So
Okay.
I've only got one class listed now.
Yeah, but
remembered the other. I put a line in there and put wizard, and then I figured out how to actually drop mage into there, and I deleted the line that said wizard.
yeah, it might. Hold on. So it looks like you dragged and dropped. Yeah, so what it thought is you were trying to be multi-classed, and it recalculated the value based on that. So your base hit points max is 4, so there you go. I think that's all. Yeah, it looks good. I hope. Also, you always want to add your race before you add your class. Generally, you'll want to go do your ability scores, add your race, do your class, do your kit, in that order. Not a big deal in your case. Humans in my the house rule that I use for humans is they can add an ability +1 to any ability score they want. You can't take it above 18 though. So if you want to bump your intelligence up to 18, you could. Okay. You also get double the starting non-weapon proficiencies. So you get 8 plus. Are you going to put that in your intelligence?
Yes.
Go ahead and do that, because I think that changes your languages too. Yeah, it did. So, where are we? You have 15 non-weapon proficiencies now. You can also, you can also buy cross. Normally, if you wanted, say you wanted to buy a thief skill, say tumbling costs 2 points by default for a thief. But if you are a warrior, you can't buy that without paying double the cost. Actually, it may only be one. I don't remember. Anyway, whatever the cost of it is outside of your wizard class would cost you double. So if it was 2, it would cost you 4. If it was 1, it would cost 2. But humans, they don't get that penalty. You can just buy them flat. So basically, any other than the thieving stuff, pickpockets and junk, any skill listed, you can buy at the price listed, even if it's outside of your class.
All right.
So now you get to spend 30 minutes trying to find all the skills you want.
I got a lot to pick now.
Yeah, 15
It
is
took
a
me
lot.
this long to get to where I am.
You're good. You guys on the stream, if you have any questions about the rule set or whatever, feel free to ask. I'm fairly familiar with FGU as far as testing of things. I haven't actually used it in a game yet, so something related to that, the difference between FGC and FGU, I haven't actually hit yet. I have played with it a lot. Oh, one of the things I did want to show you guys on this high-res map that I've made, you'll see that it has all the DM stuff on it. You're like, what? They're going to see all that? Well, no. And that's because with this particular map, I've got multiple layers. One layer is for the players, one layer is for the DM. On the DM layer, I put the DM map with the numberings and the notes and all that stuff. And then I dropped it on top of the player one, and then I made it to where the players can't see this layer. They can only see the default map. So they'll see the map with the empty rooms with no numbers and that, but you'll see it with the room, the traps, and all the other stuff. For me, I like that. Almost all my maps, I generally have, when I do them in Campaign Cartographer at least, I'll have layers set aside for the DM versions so that I can put things, make it a little more easy to reference things. So whenever when we drop their token on the map, and they move it around, since the maps are exactly the same, when they move on there, when they move it, it'll look the exact same position on what I see as to what they see. See if I can remember how to. There we go. Now you guys can see the map. But yeah, look, I mean, that looks so much better zoomed in than the FGC version. The FGC version, they're just like rectangles and oblong round objects because the quality is just, you can't use a high-res map or FGC will just die. But in FGU, it does just fine. And it's the whole map for the dungeon. Yeah,
Hey, Mike.
Pit trap has been brutal. Yes. What's up?
So the evoker gets to memorize an extra invocation, evocation, correct?
Correct. Now the way the system tracks your spells, it doesn't know which one. Whenever you're memorizing, it doesn't know one's an invocation. That's up to you. You absolutely. But it does add the slots. So I mean, you look, you have 2 slots. One of those has to be invocation, evocation.
Correct.
Okay.
So at first level, I should have 3 spells. 3
No,
ability
you have
memorize
2.
3 spells.
You have 2. You get 1
Well-
because, but if you're specialized, you get an additional for that.
And his intelligence is 16.
Are you looking at house rule stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were we not doing house rules?
We are, and I
If
need
not,
to.
I won't
I was kind of waiting until James got to that point, but yes, you would. I will set your. You need to manually. It's like the wisdom bonuses. It's not automatically managed in the slot thing, and so I'll do
Okay.
that. So now it's 3. But so that
Okay.
means still you could have 2 that aren't invocation evocations, but at least
Gotcha.
1. It needs to be. More than likely, all of them will be, but yeah. You will need to remember. You said it was 16. Is what you had?
Yes, 16.
Okay, so you're good. Yeah, if he's
Just
gonna have
a single first level, I think.
Yeah, James is gonna be a little different because his is 18, which means he's gonna have to remember at 2nd level spells to tweak his.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
So I have a house rule that kind of allows you to get spell slot bonuses for high intelligence. You know, like wisdom bonuses give it. Yeah. And it's in the module, the house rules. But I'll set yours for you. But I just wanted to make sure you're aware.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So you have 18, so that means you get 2 first slots and a second, but you can't get second yet. So I'm not going to put that there.
Got it.
Just remember whenever you hit when you're able to cast 2nd level spells, you're going to get 1 more additional slot. We need to set that. Once it's set, it'll keep track of it forever.
Great. Okay, that's fine.
Chromatic Orb is listed as evocation, and
I believe it is.
I never understood that. It was illusion in like first,
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
if I remember.
Yeah, it's alteration evocation, so it's split between 2 schools.
I really like the new graphics for movement. Oh, it's so much better. Measurements, you guys can't see it yet, but when we get the map up, which won't be tonight, we'll have maps up next week when we play. I think you guys will like the waypoints for movement and stuff so much better. You'll also be able to see all the fancy line of sight stuff if I did it right.
So you're other than you researching that specialty class, I think I'm done with this guy. Is that correct, Wilson? Or is there something else I still need to do?
If you have skills, you have your inventory. If you're happy with your actions and stuff, I'll put all you guys in the party sheet right now. I'm thinking about it.
Who made this survival kit?
What survival kit?
It's from the complete VART. What is it from actually? Survival kit. It's from. Doesn't say. There's a kit for a survival kit. It's got a bunch of goodies in it, but they're just text. It doesn't have the actual equipment items.
Is it a pack?
Well, the description suggests it should be. There's like a razor in there. There's fishing line, dried candy and fruit.
Yeah, it doesn't show up in the gear list as a pack, so whoever did it probably didn't set it up right. Survival, hold on. Survival kit. Yeah, I don't know where this is from. I don't know what that's from, to be honest. I'd have to poke around, but yeah, there's apps. It doesn't look like they have anything.
Yeah,
It's not set as it doesn't have the right it's not set up as an equipment pack type, so it doesn't have a list of items to place and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know where it's from. Huh. Yeah, it must be in one of the handbooks, or either in that or it's in one of your things that you did items. I don't know. Yep. Alright, so everybody is in that. Now I'm going to bring up the combat tracker. Put you guys in there. You guys should be able to bring up the combat tracker and see yourselves in there. There is an orc in there, and I put him in there. He's got like 999 health. So you guys, if you want to test your attacks and damage, make sure everything's set up on your actions, you can just drag and drop right on his token within the combat tracker. Or control left click and target him and then just double click it. Oh wow, crit right off. Your game's over. That's it. You will never do better. And look at that, maxed out. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's something else we need to discuss. So I asked this at the start of every game we do. Right now, and the reason that rolled max is probably because I have the crit set to max damage. So if you have a weapon that does 3d6, it'll do 18 damage plus your strength. It won't double your strength or do anything to that. So we can either do we can have crits or not. And if we have crits, it means monsters will have crits. But it means everybody will have them, so not just the fighters. And more than likely, I will stick with max damage. The double and all that other stuff I'm not really fond of.
I'm okay with crits. Let's say all you.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Live by the sword, die by the sword, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I crit heal?
No, you can
No.
definitely crit smash. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about trying to figure out a way to add spellcasting options for crits, but then you run into the issue of like a crit fireball. Do you make it max damage, or do you just like have it re-roll low dice rolls on the die damage? It gets kind of complicated. So
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, I've never really pushed it, but so it sounds like we kind of have a consensus for crits. What I'll do is I'll let it go for a couple of weeks. If there's, after a couple of weeks, you guys just really decide, oh, crits are not working out for us, let's not do that. But for now, what we'll do is crits will do max damage.
Mike, if I'm going to cast a spell at an opponent, I've got my powers under combat. I've got powers up, and the spells just say spells level 1, and they have a gear and a spot next to them.
Right. At the bottom of the screen, there's different modes. You want to change the display to actions. That.
Got it.
Then you can drag the cast button onto them if it's a target, if it needs a save or it has an attack, that sort of thing. Also, one of the other things, keep in mind that mode button where it says combat. In combat mode, it's only going to list spells that you haven't cast. So if you cast sleep, it'll disappear from that list. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I generally will stick on standard just because I don't want to, it may not matter for you, but just as an FYI. It also, if you get a huge list of spells, it's certainly combat mode will be much easier to look through too.
Okay, it's initiative, cast, and effect. If they fail their save. So if I cast sleep on an orc.
Right. If you target an orc and then cast sleep, it'll roll this save. It'll tell you if he fails.
You missed.
Somebody else is doing some stuff.
Oh yeah.
Click the cast button again. Oh, he doesn't get a save. There's no savers to sleep. If you'd done fireball, that done save. Yeah, sleep has no save. What you would do is you would need to you would target them, and then you would cast a spell to use it, and then you would roll 2d4 to see how many hit die you affect.
Right.
And when you click the effect button, it did the little, if you're listening, it did some effect sounds.
Yeah, I heard.
I think if you cast Magic Missile at him as well, it'll do some sounds too. It won't do it on damage, but the cast. The sleep one does it on the effect.
All right.
So why is Daylog not showing a... Oh, there it is.
What was I not showing?
No, you're fine. I'm just... The chat looks a little different from FGC, and I'm just getting familiar with it. I told you, man, you were done. You rolled an at 20 right off the bat, and your game is done. You're never going to hit again. Oh, there you go. Oh.
So it automatically applied the +1 extra damage from strength, right? I don't need to do anything to make it do that?
No, you don't. It's the effect +1 there is because it's an orc and you're a dwarf, and you get +1 to hit it. But whenever you look at your let's see, where are you? Finial winners. Actions. You get +1 to damage, not +1 to hit. Yeah, if you look at your damage listed, yeah, it shows it there. Target saved. Yeah, if you look at your damage that you're clicking on, the damage of the weapon is d6 +1 by default. Since you have a strength bonus versus medium and smalls, it's d6 +1. So it's a d6 +2. The large one, it actually does a d6, but since you have strength, it does d6 +1.
Okay.
Why did I get a +4 to hit? Did you have an effect on him?
He's an orc.
He's asleep.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, and if he's asleep, that will affect things too. You would have a actually. Oh, it's not listed as prone. It just says slept. Maybe I have an effect for that too. I don't remember. Probably should have slept prone.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the bird is attacking correctly.
So Andy Griffith is saying that the survival kit is from the Ranger's Handbook. And if that's true, then that is something I did. Let me look at the item. I don't remember what I may have just pasted in the text of it. The character. Oh, Yeah, that's why I didn't. It isn't an actual pack. I mean, it is technically, but it's a bunch of items that don't really exist in things that you go and purchase. You know, so if it was me as a DM, you say I have a survival kit that has a small razor. I'm going to use that. Okay. I'm not going to make you produce I mean, if you really want to have each one of those items listed, you absolutely can.
No, I don't want. I was just bringing it up. I don't want like a million things in my inventory. It's already cluttered enough.
I get that. Yeah, Andy, you're right. It's RP stuff. Yeah.
It's like my Falcon training equipment that I have to have.
Yeah, I think the Bard one was even more insane. It had a crap load of stuff like that, including instruments. It got a little insane.
Yeah, this thing's got talon guards, a hood, fucking leather bands with rings. It's got all kinds of stuff. Have to buy studded leather, you end up with quite a bit more money. To like figure out what else I'll need. Guess I'll just buy more food.
So there are 5 of you. Yay. That's for everybody showing up tonight and getting your characters made.
Nice.
Cool.
Not much, but I just wanted to check something while I was doing that, and I figured I'd set that because you guys were able to show up. Like I said, we're not going to do any adventure stuff tonight. So if you're done, if you feel like you're done, your character's nothing else you want to mess with, and you're ready to start playing next week, you can go ahead and drop out if you feel the need. Otherwise, you can hang around and help people with their characters if you want to do that too.
Wilson, if you want me to log in during the week when you have that healer specialization worked out, if you need me to log in and help get that set up, I have no problems with that. Just let me know.
Okay. What I'll probably do is go look at Rob's character, what we did in the TOE stuff, and maybe clone him to this one and see if I can just replicate that stuff, just drag and drop it. I don't remember there being anything. I think he got like +1 levels to turn, and he got median healing. His spheres may have been the selection of spheres. That's really all I recall him having. Does that sound accurate, Rob?
Yeah, that, and then there was some granted abilities at certain levels, like the immunity
light.
to being blinded, and then eventually you get the ability to fly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll be easy. I may just make the class that it wouldn't be. It isn't gonna be that hard. I just need to do it. I just need to nut up and do it.
So I just applied that experience you gave us, Mike, and it did not add my percentage that I should get for having a 16 strength.
Like we're looking at.
Yeah, there's nothing, no provision for it.
There's a penalty. I don't want a penalty though.
You see that BXB? It's just a dash. You've got to set that. You click that and cycle through whichever one it is.
Oh, you have to set it? You don't have it automated?
No, because it's variants on classes and specs and kits and yes. So what you can do, and we'll do this. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Let's see if that didn't do it. Now then reapply. It'll be 110. There you go.
Whee!
Yeah, you have to set the down.
Hey, 10 points is 10 points.
It is. It'll add up.
Do clerics get experience bonuses?
Or high stats? Yeah.
It'll tell you in your class description, Charles.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
There you go. You should be able to add it now. Yeah, so before you apply, make sure to set your BXP value on the class, in the class list if you have it. I don't know if you would. You'll need to look at the class and or kits or race, that sort of thing. Actually, the race thing, do Sylvan Elves have a penalty for experience?
They don't, because they get 2 penalties per stats.
Yeah, I know that the Grey Elves and Dark Elves do.
Yep. I remember the Grey Elves. That was that last campaign, and that 15% fucking hurt.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty massive, long term.
Yeah.
I mean
yeah,
that puts you, if you're multi-class, that puts you like 30 instead of just like the normal 20% behind the single class. It puts you a lot further behind.
Yeah. Additional experience cost is none for the Sylvan Elf.
Yeah, I would not do it for Grey Elf. That seems silly. Dark Elves, absolutely, they get spells.
Yeah, they get all kinds of stuff. The only thing, well, I mean, a Grey Elf with a 20 intelligence is immune to second level illusions, which is pretty strong.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, big deal. I mean, to me, that's no big deal. That's not worth 15% XP penalty, in my opinion.
True. Yeah. I mean, maybe in a strong role-playing game where they have access to the Grey Elf libraries and can look up anything, but other than that, yeah, they don't. There's really not a lot that warrants that 15%.
Yeah, but compared to 50% magic resist and spells,
Right.
that is not even on the same planetary scale.
Yeah, Sir Neblin, for instance. What the
Another
hell?
one now. They should be. They don't get a penalty, or do they?
I don't think they get a penalty. That
I'll
should
have
be
to.
No, I don't think so.
I haven't done the gnome
50%.
book yet, so yeah. It should be like 20, like the Dark Elves.
Yeah. Oh man, they have so much, and they wreck Drow too. You
Yeah.
get all these bonuses against them.
Wilson, what do you? How do I get that bonus 10 XP you were talking about? I set that XP value now.
Go to your class, and there is a column listed in the class list. BXP, that's bonus experience. Set that to whatever it should be.
Oh no, I set that, but how do I get that extra 10 XP I should have got?
It's lost to the ether, man.
Oh man.
Okay, got it.
You're not. Let me fix it.
Rangers have to have a 16 in strength, dexterity, and wisdom to get that.
Yeah.
Freaking brutal.
Charles, if you reapply your XP, it should be good.
The button's not there to do that. Let me close it and reopen it. Normally it has a little check mark there to click on to apply the XP, but it's not there for some reason now.
Oh, that's weird.
Now it is. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, way to go, man. Good job.
Yeah, that extra 10 makes a difference.
It doesn't. I could have just set it to 110 manually, but oh well, I guess. Brown, are you
All right,
good?
man. Looking forward to playing.
Yeah, I just
Be
got
fun.
back.
Yep, looks awesome.
I don't think mine did the bonus XP.
Not another one.
You guys, man, you did a penalty, man. Why did you apply
I
a
sure
penalty to
did.
yourself? What?
Wasn't
And
reading.
all the penalty does is it
Um,
doesn't reduce the XP you get. It sets the XP needed higher by 10% or whatever value is in that penalty. And that's specifically for Grey Elves, Dark Elves, that sort of thing. Just
You
set
can leave
that.
the penalty there for me being a dumbass. How's that?
I won't do that. Because
if
if
I
we
put a
had penalties
negative
for being
penalty in there.
dumbasses, if we had penalties for being, yeah, it would change it. If we had penalties for being dumbass, a lot of us would be in trouble. Set that BXP value to what it's supposed to be if you have high enough intelligence to get that. Brian, on your class.
That's what I meant to put. I just saw XP up there in the corner.
I think it's supposed to be 10, not 5.
Yeah, it's 10.
Click it again. I think it cycles through.
And yeah, I was trying to type it in. It did not type.
Yeah, it's a clicky. Yeah, the 5% I put in there because there's some other game systems that are like D&D that have 5%. Maybe I should remove it because there is, as far as I know, there's no AD&D version that does that. I don't think Basic does that either at 5%. I think it's all 10. But it sounds like everybody's done, yeah?
Yep.
So,
I think so.
All
I
right.
think so.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll meet up next week, Saturday, and we'll start right at getting to the keep or right at the keep, one of the two. I haven't decided yet. And we will begin our very first actual game of Keep
Oh,
on
well.
Borderlands.
excellent.
I have to tell you, I'm out of town next week.
Okay,
We are
no
headed
problem.
to Fort Davis, so maybe I can pop on in Discord with the phone or something, but I will not have my computer there.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You'll be good. And the rest of you that can, I think Jolliman and his friend John will be showing up then as well. So if Brian doesn't make it, we'll have at least one extra, maybe two. So, alrighty, guys. I'm gonna go turn off the stream, and you guys will be on mute. But thanks if you're heading out before I come back. Alrighty. That is it for our character creation evening. Hopefully it was informative for some of you guys that may have not done some of the things that we were doing tonight. If not, next week we'll actually be playing. We'll be able to see all the fancy FGU mapping features of the light, the line of sight stuff. I'm looking forward to not having to manage the masking. That thing was killer, having to do that. Hopefully I've got all the maps set up right for that. But otherwise, we will see you guys next week at the same time. Thanks for showing up.